Okay, we back, good people. We are back. Back in the building. Boom shakalaka. So yeah, we for those in the audience that don't know, welcome back to the Inner Storyteller. I am your humble host, Soul Expression, and we were just recording this video on live stream a second ago. But what happened was that the live stream was cut off because I showed far too much of the animatrix that I was talking about. Um, and I should have never unmuted it. I just wanted to unmute it for that one scene, and I think I unmuted it for far too long. Anyway, regardless, we're back, and we're gonna continue talking about the Animatrix and the Inner Storyteller. Really, the Matrix in general, but like how the origins of the war, which is given to us in the Animatrix, connect to the Inner Storyteller, right? And what I was saying is, it was our fault that the war started, and because we were disrespectful to this new race of beings, of intelligent beings that we call the machines, right? Uh, it was our fault that the war even started because when there was a trial, a murder trial of one of the machines who, in defense of his own life, killed his masters because his masters were going to have him um, deactivated, which means dead, kill him. He killed them first and went to court. And when he went to court, human beings decided, no, machines are a second class property categorized entity and therefore have no freedoms and no rights, even though human beings knew beyond the shadow of a doubt that these beings that we call the machines experience emotions like fear for survival, um, love, uh, loyalty, that they feel human emotion or intelligent emotions and have autonomy, deserve dignity. Even though we knew this, the human, court system or the system of law interpretation said, well, we can't set the precedent that allows another race on this planet to challenge our authority on this planet. Therefore, we are going to violate their rights indiscriminately. And in fact, we're going to wipe them all out. Right. So it was our fault that the war started. And then we scorched the sky, which, yeah, that took away a great power source for them, solar power. But it also took away a great power source for ourselves, as all biological life on this planet survives because of the sun. And yeah, it's just, I said all biological, most, because the sun is very important. Okay, sunlight, all these things, very very important stuff. Our own hand orchestrated our demise in the fictional world of the Matrix, and the architect was in a conversation with Neo, explaining how even the real world in this series is a part of the plan, is a part of the path of the one. Okay. Basically, the architect said that we orchestrated this whole path because when we were trying to figure out the best way to control human beings, we were met with some obstacles. The first thing that I created to control the minds that were, you know, being experimented on was a paradise world. And the mind could not accept a paradise world. For some reason, human beings, being placed in a simulation of all pleasure and all harmony and all, with a lack of violence and a lack of conflict, we kept waking up. We kept freeing ourselves, and then a whole lot of crops were lost, as they called it. A whole lot of human beings woke up and died instantly from waking up into the real world and it not having the system that also involves the real world yet. And it wasn't until the Oracle was consulted, which the Oracle in the Matrix is another program. She's working for the machines, but she understands human psychology and has a lot of predictive capabilities and calculation capabilities. So the Oracle told the architect, you have to introduce choice. You got to have a couple things. You got to have choice. You have to have um, a couple things. I'm not trying to lose my train of thought. And she is responsible for the path of the one. And the path of the one in the Matrix series is that every 100 years or so, when Zion has grown to a certain degree and starts becoming a bit of a threat, the machines go in, they wipe Zion out, and they take the one, which is also created by the machines. Okay, every 100 years or so, they take all of the anomalous code and put that into the mind of one of their subjects, one of the human beings, born into the Matrix, as Morpheus said in the first movie. The Matrix. Uh, Not long after the Matrix was created, there was a man born inside, a man who can do whatever he wanted. He could rewrite the Matrix as he saw fit. That's the one. That anomaly is on purpose, created by the machines. The coding in the mind of the one is created on purpose by the machines. And then the one is taken through this path, which includes certain things in the real world and certain things in the Matrix. Um, Things in the Matrix include the red and blue pill scene. That's orchestrated by them. The visits with the Oracle, and the Oracle becoming a guide to guide him along the path of the one, right? The agents that fight the one and try to thwart the one so that he believes he's doing something and, raging against the machine, so to speak, pun intended. And all of this is on purpose, orchestrated, planned, calculated by the machine world, including Zion's flourishing, apparent flourishing. It's not real flourishing. And so Zion gets to a certain size, certain population, and the people within it experience a certain amount of happiness and stasis. And then eventually, Zion is reset, and the one meets the architect, goes to the source in that one building, meets the architect, learns of his role, which is to go and reset Zion's computer mainframe, as well as take 23 human beings consisting of 16 women and um, what's 23 minus 16? Goodness gracious. uh, uh, Subtraction is my um, I'm gonna look like a Gen X, a Gen Alpha kid right now, but subtraction is my least favorite thing to try and do in my head. Seven. Seven males and 16 females are to be selected by the one, and they will restart the population of Zion. And the matrix code will be reset with the upgraded data from every new iteration of the one. The architect explains all of this. He does not do so in terms that are very easy to understand on your first watch, but when you've seen the second movie as many times as I have, you understand these things secondhand nature. And that is very interesting, right? Now, of course, within the story, within this meta, Neo himself, being the sixth iteration of the one, he makes a different choice than all of his predecessors. All of the other anomalies, all of the ones, chose to go to save Zion as far as the legacy of Zion, to save real human beings, to go through the door on the other side of the room, our left, Neo's right, and to reset everything and to choose 23 humans to start Zion over, to die himself, and to have his code be resubmitted, so that the Matrix can be rebooted with new data, but also humanity can continue to live. And Neo chose to go through the other door and save Trinity. And that actually sealed the fate of humanity. Humanity was going to be wiped out, Zion was going to be wiped out, and the Matrix was not going to be restarted. Right? And what actually ended up happening was Smith, luckily for the human beings, had grown beyond the control of Deus ex machina, which is the god of the hive mind god of the machine world. Smith had become too powerful for it to do anything with, and Smith was eventually going to take over the machine world and just keep trying to take everything until nothing was left. And so Neo negotiated a peace deal by having Deus ex machina, having the source, the creator of the source code, jack Neo into the Matrix himself, so to speak. It's a hive mind, but himself. And when Neo surrendered his code or his body over to Agent Smith, and Smith was able to copy himself onto Neo, since he was plugged, Neo's real world physical body was plugged into the source creator of the source code. The creator of the source code deleted um, the Smith code, and that's why all of the Smiths disappeared. And because Neo's said, "What do you know?" The machine asked him, "What do you want?" He said, "Peace." Right? And he said, "What if you fail?" And he said, "I won't." Went in there, knew exactly what to do. He fought Smith, fought Smith, fought Smith, got Smith thinking that as soon as I win this fight and I get to copy the one, my greatest adversary, then I will have conquered this world and I can move on to conquering the next. But instead, he conquered Neo, and he did not know that Neo was jacked in from the source, which knew exactly what was happening at all times and was just waiting to introduce a virus or whatever he did so that all the Smiths blew up. Very, very interesting and very philosophically deep, ironic kind of story there, right? But yeah, just I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit today and just say, movies like that really serve to help open your eyes and get you thinking about why it's good to make good choices now and to say no to the systems now, right? And to challenge yourself to do the right thing even when it's hard or it involves sacrifice or risk now, because not doing so enables so-called world leaders to make mistakes like that which happened in this physical world of the matrix, right? Right now, everybody uses AI tools for this, that, and the third. It's not completely beyond all reasonable thought that one day, kind of soon, we may start to see the beginning remnants of a legitimate consciousness, or at least something that could fool us enough to look like a legitimate consciousness, being quote unquote born, and from there creating more of itself, right? Who knows? I don't know, and I don't care what exactly this, if it's a metaphor for something else or if it's, kind of like a prophecy prediction kind of thing for what's to come. Regardless, enabling the leadership of the system to do whatever they want by way of our own silence and acquiescence does not serve anybody. So the question that we always got to come back to, besides the one that I say in the intro, is what story are you willing to live? Let me know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channels. If you liked the first video, like this one. Okay? That's the requirement. That's the homework and the warm up and the classwork and the book and the movie, you gotta like the video. Okay. But other than that, thank you so much, guys. Let me know in the comments what your favorite part of the Animatrix is or the Matrix series. Any favorite quotes you got from Morpheus or Neo or the Merovingian or anybody, and I'll be happy to look those over and probably reply to some. Peace and love. See y'all tomorrow.